What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Killer Cam. Be killing it. Welcome back to the Killer Squad. Today we're gonna be watching Comic Book Cast. Okay. Marvel Studios confirms on the MCU and the DC film for the future. Okay, so let's get right into it.
We definitely find ourselves living in a strange time. Something makes me think that the multiverse is actually just imploding upon itself, and another version of Kevin Feige that's more transparent and willing to talk about stuff has actually just possessed our version of Kevin Feige, because he openly addresses what James Gunn has brought up before, which is a Marvel and DC crossover film. And what's shocking to me is he doesn't say no.
A Marvel and DC film.
So doing the rounds, answering questions in regards to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and of course James Gunn's most recent comic book entry, which was The Suicide Squad, since now he's working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Kevin Feige was asked to address the big question, and if it is in fact true that James Gunn has brought up a Marvel and DC film crossover up to both of them. And he says that yes, this was brought up, and his answer for right now is never say never. Because he says that he never believed that they would get this far into what they're doing, or even have James Gunn back on board. And that now that the Suicide Squad is out, that James Gunn is fully back at Marvel, working on Guardians 3, and that's going to start production in just a little bit. Now, if you go back just a couple of years, when Kevin Feige would get asked something that was other studio related or something, he would just go, well, that's in those studios, we can't talk about that, that's not our thing, or I'm not allowed to say, or he would just nod and smile or just look at you blindly. He now said never say never. That's more of an answer than anything that's telling of things that could happen. And I mean, DC recently also said never say never, right? You never know what's going to happen. And look, in 10 years, Superman will be public domain. Marvel will be able to just take the Superman character and make their own version of the character if they want. So the likelihood in 10 years from now, that instead of doing that, because we're going to run into that scenario where you see a bunch of people doing their own thing with Superman and doing whatever they will, that Marvel Studios and Disney legitimately sit down with WB and DC and go, hey, you guys have Superman, we can legally make our own because it's public domain. Why don't we do something to get...
See, this is facts. He talking all facts, because I would love to see a Marvel and a DC film. Like, I would love to see Superman versus Thor. I would love to see that.
Is more likely than ever before. I think that's why he's saying never say never, because the possibility of doing it years from now will realistically be something that can be done. And then if they say no, okay, well, it's public domain, we can do a different version of Superman. That's why you get so many different versions of, Robin Hood, for example, or various other characters that have entered public domain because of the laws. So in years from now as well, Batman will be in public domain as well. So think about that. There'll be more incentive on everybody's side to try to work together. And I do think it's just a matter of time. Never say never will become a, yeah, we're talking, and then we're going to get something, because it's going to benefit everybody.
Yeah, man, I would love to see that. I would love to see a Marvel and DC film. Let me know what you think of my reaction down below. Killer Squad. Peace.